Yo, shalom, shalom. Good afternoon. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes of Israel. Pray everybody's doing okay. Today we are going into Matthew chapter 15. We are continuing the series on the gospel. Sorry, hold on. My camera's acting up. All right, there we go. Hey, by the way, hey, let me know if the sound is coming in good. I want to make sure it's coming in good because every now and then the sound likes to play with me. And yeah, I don't like to be played with. I want this thing to work good so the lesson can be understood well. I need the lesson understood well. Oh, sorry. I need the lesson understood well and need the, the audio. Need all that good. All right, cool, cool. All praise the most high. Victoria says good. All right, grace and peace be with you. Shalom, shalom. Little Wolf. Normally that would be Caden, but all right. I'm assuming, okay, I guess I see Blue Wolf or Yalea's picture. So it must be Yalea. Hey, good afternoon. Grace and peace be with you. Sarah, I see you in the building. Shalom, shalom. Hopefully all is good. Yeah. So let's dive on into it. Like I said, glad to see people. Oh, and it says, hey, new member. Hey, Victoria, new member to the page. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Got new members. Become a member, subscribe, and you know, pay like what is it? Yeah, it's a few dollars a month, but it ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, continue to support the channel, support the truth, support your troops. So, anyways, let's get on into it. Let's go to Mark chapter 14, verse 3. Mark chapter 14, verse 3. And being in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, as he sat at meat, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of ointment, a spike. I'm sorry. There came to him a woman having an alabaster box of ointment, very precious, and she broke the box and poured it on his head. And there were some that had indignation within themselves and said, why was this waste of the ointment made? For it might have been sold for much and given to the poor. And they murmured against her. And Jesus said, let her alone. Why trouble ye her? She hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. She have done what she could. She is come aforehand to anoint my body to the burying. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole world, this also that she have done shall be spoken of for memorial of her. So whenever we bring out the true gospel of Jesus Christ, the message is given to the 12 tribes of Israel. The words that are given to the people of the Most High, the people of the Most High we call Israelites. Those Israelites are the slave descendants, those that are under the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Why are we under those curses? Because we broke God's law, statutes, and commandments, his directions, his instructions, his order. He charged us to obey him, to follow his laws, follow his commandments. And what do we do? And what do? We decided that we want to do what we want to do. We decided we want to follow our own way, our own path. When you follow your own path, you know what you're following? You are serving a whole nother God. And serving another God is not the way we are to go. Christ said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So when he says, I'm the way, the truth, and the life, no man shall come to the Father but by me. We must follow the only truth, which is the instructions the Most High gave us. So whenever we bring out this gospel, the ones given to those people, the people of the Most High, the people who are those that are the people of the Most High, the ones that are the true Israelites, the ones that are keeping the commandments, because he says his children are known by their actions. So we know that we're his children if we do what he said. What did he tell us to do? Again, wear fringes, keep the Sabbath day holy, make sure we're not eating unclean foods, make sure we are getting married if we are dealing with another person physically, make sure that we are not dealing with people that are of the opposite sex and turning gay. Just make sure that we don't become the people that the Lord has said he despises. Because remember, he said all these other nations, they served other gods. They did all these detestable things, and he said he abhorred them. We don't want him to abhor us. We want him to love us. In order for him to love us, we must do what he says. So back to, as I said, whenever we bring out this gospel and bring out this message to those people, the descendants of the Lord, the descendants of Jacob, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whenever we come from that, sorry, whenever we bring out this gospel and it's speaking it to those people who are the true blood-born descendants, then we always going to remember the woman that put the ointment on the body of our Messiah, the black Messiah, Jesus, the Christ. All right, without further ado, let's get on into it. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 55. All right, so I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 55, verse 4. Behold, I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader and a commander to the people. Now it says, I have given him. So let's see who the him is. Jump down to verse 3. Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live. And I'll make an everlasting covenant with you even the sure mercies of David. So and he's talking about, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this guy a commander to people who we are going to follow, who is going to instruct us, is going to guide us, is going to be in front of us, who's going to be over us. He is the descendant of David. He's the descendant of Solomon. He is the one and only Jesus Christ, the Messiah. So we got to make sure that he is our leader and he is our commander. And a commander gives you what? Commandments, instructions. So we better make sure we're following the commander. If we're not following the commander, then we got to ask ourselves what's going on with us. If you do want to follow the commander, if you love the commander, put a 1 in the chat. If you love the commander, go ahead and let me get a yeah. Because again, the commander is the one we're supposed to be following, the ones we are subject to, the one that gives us instructions, the one that actually is caring for us, protecting us in every way possible. So make sure that we following the Most High God's Son, Jesus Christ, because he is our commander, he is our leader, and he is our protector. He has the hedge of protection around us. All right. So let's get on into it. Let's go to Matthew chapter 15, verse 1. Matthew chapter 15, verse 1. Then came to Jesus, scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do the disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. So now they came to the Christ, they came to the Messiah, and they say, hey, how come your followers, they not washing their hands before they eat food? You know what I'm saying? They're about to get something to eat, and they don't wash their hands. The elders all wash their hands before they eat any food. Verse 3, but he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition? For God commanded, saying, honor thy father and mother, and he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death. So now he's like, hey, y'all go against God's instruction, his law. He set up a system, a way of life that should be followed. There should be, you should walk that line. You should go in that direction. He said, how come y'all not following the instructions he gave? God gave an instruction and y'all seem to not do it. Let's see what he's talking about. Verse 5. But ye say, whosoever shall say to his father or mother, it is a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have you made the commandment of God of none effect by your tradition. So basically saying you have erased what God has said. You have taken away the decision that God made. You've taken away, all right, God said this is the effect. There's a cause and effect. Well, there is no effect by you setting up your own set of rules. You set up your own tradition, your own thoughts, your own ideas on what's right and what's wrong. See, he says when you come up with your own ideas of what's right and what's wrong, you know what happens? You make his rules of no effect. They don't even happen. It's like nothing ever took place. It's like you got an electric Pokemon shocking a ground Pokemon. It has no effect. Well, the Lord's commandment shall have an effect. If you break God's laws and you are in sin and you are doing things he told you not to do, God's decision to punish you shall be super effective. It should not be, oh, well, it's not affect this person because this person, a man is protecting them from God's attack. No, there's nothing that can stop you from what God has set for you. But when you try to step in and you actually rewriting the scriptures, you are adding and taking away from the word. The word says that a child shall die the death. It says they should be stoned if they curse their mother and father. But this child can say, hey, it is a gift, meaning they can emancipate themselves. Oh, I'm not with my mom and daddy no more, so I'm going somewhere else. You know what that creates? Creates the culture we got now. People saying, can't nobody tell me what to do. I can do whatever I want, whatever I feel. That's what we have. It is a gift. It is a gift. It's straight from the pits of hell of the devil. It allows children now to not have to have any type of respect or reverence for the hoary head, for that gray hair, for the one with wisdom, the one that can give direction. And then we wonder why Christ had fainted, because all the people didn't know where to go. They didn't know what to do. Why they not know what to do? Because they had laws in place, or let me see, amendments. Let's say amendments, because it's not a law, but they amended God's commandments. You know what I'm saying? They said, here's how we're going to do it. God's commandments don't need amendments. They perfect. They straight. Remember, 2 Samuel 22 says it. The Lord's way is perfect. If his way is perfect and it's been tested, then there's no point of messing with it. Everything is good. By the way, I see you on Katrina. How you doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Jasper, how you doing? Grace and peace be with you. Good afternoon. So yeah, you can't be changing God's instruction, his laws. God has a law. He has a system set up. His system is great. So if his system is great, leave it alone. Let it be. I think he knows what he's talking about. He was here from the beginning. He created the universe. He created all these things. And then we're going to turn around and be like, hey, you know what? We don't have to follow God's instruction because God God is not as great as me. He's not as smart as me. Well, if you think you smarter than God, understand
Mama's wrong again.
you can't be smarter than God. He's been here since before you were created. He gave you the mind to be able to think. He programmed you, and you think you're gonna be smarter than him. That's like making a robot and all of a sudden it exceeds you. No, you can't exceed him in any type of intelligence, wisdom, or understanding. He knows everything. All right. So let's get on into it. Back to it. Matthew chapter 15, verse 6 and verse 7. Ye hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy of you, saying, this people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and with their honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. See, what he's trying to say now, he said, hey, y'all don't really stand for what y'all stand for. Y'all claim to be of God. Y'all claim to love the Most High. Y'all claim to follow the scriptures, but y'all don't. He said, y'all actually speak all this, praise God. I love Jesus. Yeah, I serve the Lord. And you know what happens? These people that say they love God and love Jesus, they don't listen to nothing he says. Their heart's far from him. They claim to love him, but they really don't. Deep down inside, they despise him. They can't stand him. It's like the wife that got a rich husband. She really don't like that dude, but the only reason she's rocking with the dude is because he is keeping her alive. He's funding her lifestyle. She don't mess with that dude at all. Yeah, she don't care if he lives or dies. She's just there surviving with that dude. See, that's somebody that has a heart far from you. They not really intertwined with you. They don't have this deep connection with you. They don't feel you in every way. They don't think like you. They don't have the same set of values and morality structure that you have in your mind. They think differently. So since they think differently, they really dislike you. They really hate you. That's the people that claim to love God, but they don't agree with his commandments. You love God, but you don't think it's wrong to eat pork. You love God, but you don't think it's wrong to break the Sabbath day. You think you can work on a Sabbath day. You think you can cook on a Sabbath day. You think you can do these things. You think it's okay to celebrate Christmas and then all of a sudden act like the Feast of Dedication or Hanukkah doesn't exist. You don't like God. You don't love God at all. You don't care about who the Most High is. So since you don't care who he is, your heart's far from him. You claim to love him. You say you're about God, but you really ain't about him. Your heart, your mind, your love, you don't have no infatuation for him. You ain't got feelings for the Most High. You got feelings for yourself. And that's why he says their heart's far from me. Matthew chapter 15, verse 9. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. So what they do is they add people's own personal spin on their commandments, their own philosophy of life. You cannot put your philosophy of life in the Bible. The Bible is going to exceed yours all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day. Hey, what's going on, by the way? I see you, brother Do It, Pat, and grace and peace be with you. My brother Do It, Pat, said, hey, people say they love God, then turn around and be yeah, it don't mix, man. It don't mix. If you love that lifestyle, if you follow that lifestyle, you are antichrist, actually. You're not, because Christ is not with it. Now, since he's not with it and he lives opposite of that, then you got to live opposite of that too. You got to be like, hey, you know what? I'm a man. I want to be romantically involved with a woman. I'm a woman. I want to be romantically involved with a man. Why? Because that's what the Bible tells you to do. Be fruitful and multiply. Not be well, you can't even be fruitful. It says be fruitful and multiply, not be fruity and multiply. And you can't even be fruity and multiply. It don't happen. If everybody decide to do it, guess what's going to happen? Everybody going to be stuck. So just understand that. But let's continue on. By the way, hopefully y'all understand what's coming on so far. If you following the class so far, if you understand what's going on, put a 5 in the chat. If you ain't getting it, say, I don't get it, and put a 2 in the chat. Matthew chapter 15, verse 10. And he called unto the multitude, and he said unto them, hear and understand. So now after he talked to people, he said, hey, now listen to what I'm about to say, because y'all are here talking about me and the disciples are breaking the laws. Here, now I need you to gain an understanding. You need you to dive deep into what I'm about to talk about. Verse 12, verse 11, I'm sorry. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth the man, but that which cometh out of the mouth defileth this man. So people hear this. Oh, see, it ain't what goes into the mouth, it what comes out, which is true. People use this to try to say that it's okay to eat catfish and shrimp and lobster. It's okay to eat pork. It's okay to eat rabbit. It's okay to eat camel. Oh, you can eat some rhinoceros burgers. No, you can't. He says, right here we read, it's not what goes into the mouth, but what comes out. Now he's going to explain what comes out, and you're going to see what it is. Verse 12, then came his disciples and said unto him, knowest thou that the Pharisees were offended after they heard this saying? And they said, hey, don't you know that the people you talking about, those Pharisees, they don't like what you got to say. It made them mad. It's upsetting them. All right, let's read on. Sorry. But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father have not planted shall be rooted up. Now he's saying, hey, all the ones, he said, every plant. So you gotta remember, Israelites, the people of the Most High, really even the people that's not of the Most High, there are plants all over the world. Those plants or those trees represent different nations on the earth, different types of people. What are the different nations? What are the different types? You have Israelites, you have Ishmaelites, you have Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Hamites, which I could name. I could go in specifics, but you get what I'm saying. The Philistines, Canaanites, all these different ites. There's different people. There are different types of people, different species of human all over the planet, right? So he says, these are different type of trees. He said the trees that were not planted by the Lord said will be rooted up, because guess what? There are also Israelites that are wicked, that are against the Most High, which I said there are Israelites. I should say there are Israelites that are righteous, because the vast majority of Israelites are the devil. They're evil. They all believe
Evil is good.
they all believe they can do what they want. They all don't understand that they can't approach the Lord and then talk about, I'm going to live my own life, my own way in your house. You try to walk in God's house, keeping your own commandments, he going to let you know
We don't do that here.
you got to do it his way, not your way. All right. Matthew chapter 15, verse 14. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. So he said, hey, these plants, these other Pharisees, the scribes, the people that are actually contrary to God, that don't like how God is, that want to live their own life, live their own way. He says, hey, all of them I have not planted. All right. That they were planted by Satan. You know what I'm saying? They're controlled by somebody that is not me. So he says, let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind, meaning they have a following. They are teaching people about the Most High. They teaching people about what they believe in. He says, hey, leave them alone. Don't worry about them. They got a whole multitude of dummies that's going to walk off the cliff with them. He says, leave them alone. And all right, let's read on. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. So all the people stupid enough to follow wicked people, and really, you ain't stupid. It's just they're just evil too. They just want somebody to go along with their lifestyle, go along with their outlook on how life should be. Hey, all of those people, he said, just let them do what they do. All right, don't even try to deal with them. Don't even try to stop them. You know, you teach the truth. They can follow you if they love the truth, or they can follow the lies if they love the lies. It's all up to them. Verse 15. Then answered Peter and said unto him, declare unto us this parable. So now he said, hey, what do you mean by what you said? And Jesus said, are ye also yet without understanding? Hey, Christ hit him with Christ like, man, are you stupid too? You don't know nothing? What's wrong with you? Verse 17. Do ye not yet understand that whatsoever entereth in the mouth goeth into the belly and is cast out into the drought? So he says, hey, don't you know that whatever you eat is going to exit your body eventually anyway? Your body's going to purge out. All right. Verse 18, but those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile the man. So he says, all the things that everything that, now he says, those things that proceed out of the mouth come from the heart. What is he trying to say? The things that you say, what you speak, it tells what type of person you are, who you really are inside, what you believe in, what you love, what you appreciate, what's important to you. All of these things are inside your spirit. All right. He says that is what defiles you, because they actually reveal the man or the woman that you are inside. All right. Verse 19, for out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashen hands defileth not a man. So he says, hey, if you eat something and your hands ain't washed, it's not going to all of a sudden turn you into a murderer. If you eat something with dirty hands, you are not all of a sudden going to become a rapist. If you eat with dirty hands, you're not going to be straight and then all of a sudden be
Gay.
So eating with unclean hands is not going to all of a sudden turn you into a thief. It just don't happen. You know, you are going to live a certain way. You are going to live a way to whoever you are, however you think, your mentality, your outlook on life. That is reflective of what you have inside. And that's also why it's important to know that you feed your spirit, you feed your mind with things that are good. That means that whenever this class come on, whenever Church of Louisville come on, you better be sitting down at the dinner table, digesting something that's good for you. That's going to help you grow as a man or a woman. You're not digesting this. If you're not trying to get better, then you're getting worse. If you're not trying to get better, you know what you're doing? You are eating the things that are not productive for you. You are digesting the wrong things. If you're sitting down watching baddies, guess what you're gonna be? You're gonna become bad in spirit. You sitting down only as a man. You sitting down only looking at sports or only, listen to rap music videos or watching whatever it is. You putting all this garbage inside of you. Garbage is going to flow through you. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have you're not going to have rivers of living water flowing out of you. You're going to have rivers of foolishness, of toxicity. You're going to have throw up coming up out of your mouth. And who wants to be around somebody that's throwing up? I know I don't. Somebody's throwing up. Count me out. I'll holler at y'all later. Deuces. I'm going the other way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get sick too. I don't need your infectious liquid on me. So I'm going the other way. That's how we got to treat all the garbage that we feed our spirits. Don't be putting too much of that in. Now, of course, we understand that we are in a land of captivity. In a land of captivity, he says, all our food that we eat is with defiled bread. So we got defiled bread all over. We got stuff that is inside of our food. We got different toxins that's there. Even with the things we may digest, we might be able to sit down and watch a good family show. But you know what happens with some of the good family shows? They still gonna they're gonna mix in a foolishness in there. You know why? Because they still trying to pervert your mind. So you still eating your bread with what? In the land of defiled. Ezekiel talks about regular food, but it actually happens also in our regular lives when it comes to the spiritual food, what we digest. Matthew chapter 15, verse 21. Then Jesus went thence and departed into the coasts of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. So now, this Canaanite woman, it says woman of Tyre and Sidon, she was living in that area. Now, she is not of our nation, but we're going to see, it's going to prove, and a lot of people use this to try to say, see, look, God loves everybody, but I want y'all to follow the conversation. Because this woman came out and asked, he said, son of David, anointed one, please come and help me. Verse 23, but he answered her not a word, and his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she crieth after us. So he ignored her. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to first understand this. People talk about Jesus, that's what we call him. Manger born, loving everybody. No, it's not him. That's not him. No, he don't love everybody. Jesus is like,
we don't do that here.
Hey, Jesus Christ there's one thing we understand. He's a great teacher. He's a loving man, a caring man. He's what you would call the alpha of all alpha males. All right. He is that dude. This woman came up asking her to help him, asked for her child. Remember, Jesus loves the little children. Whoops, not this one.
Mama's wrong again.
Jesus kept walking. She said, help my child, and he ignored her. People got to stop reading the Bible and just seeing words. I want y'all to really digest it. I want you to think about this and actually react to this mentally. Like, hold on, wait. He said her daughter needed help, and he didn't even blink. He didn't bat an eye. He kept walking. He wasn't even listening. He didn't care. He's like, yeah, whatever. He kept going. All right. So she said, hey, can you help my daughter? He answered her not a word. And he kept walking, and he kept walking. It ain't just that he just kept walking for like 2 steps. It had to be for a while, because they said, hey, can you send this lady away? She's crying after her. So after he ignored her, she's still out there. Jesus, please help me. Jesus. Hey, Jesus ignoring her was equivalent of him saying, hey, that's what he was doing. He just kept walking. If you are understanding what I'm explaining to you, that Jesus was not sitting here all lovey-dovey on all the children and all the people and always wanting to just do for everybody, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't get it, put a 6 in the chat. I need to see who is understanding, who is following. If you are not following or you're not taking notes, then you got the devil on you. And just like that lady's daughter, make sure you following along. I want to make sure y'all got this, because he was not even responding. He kept going like nobody was talking to him. Matthew chapter 15, verse 23. But he answered her not a word. I want to read that one more again. I want y'all to hear that. Now I'm going to jump down to 24. Verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So after he kept hearing this crying out, then he's eventually like, man, I'm only here for the Israelites. Now, you got to think about this. He answered and said, right? That doesn't mean he just talked to her. He was talking out loud. He was just letting it be alone, man. He said, I know y'all might think I love everybody. I know y'all might believe that I'm here to save the world, which I am here to save the world, but not the way you thinking. And it's not the way you thinking. I am here, but please understand that don't get it twisted in any way, shape, or form. For all of y'all in the future, everybody reads this Bible. I do not want y'all to think that I am up here singing. Hey, I'm focused, laser focused. I'm a nationalist. I am not an everybodyist. I'm a nationalist. And when you start talking about everybody, then you singing a song of this. I want to go ahead and make sure y'all got that in y'all's mind. Matthew chapter 15, verse 25. Then came she and worshiped him, saying, Lord, help me. See, look, after she said, after he said, I'm only here for the Israelites, he says, and he kept walking. Remember, he said it, hey, I'm only here for the Israelites, man. I ain't sent here for nobody else. But look what it says. Then came she. That also is an indicator that she wasn't just talking to, he wasn't just talking to her. He just saying it out loud. Like they was telling him, hey, man, this lady's crying after you. He's like, man, I'm only here for the Israelites. He told his disciples that. A lot of us just kind of read this and say it like he's talking to the woman. He was talking to the disciples, and she was, following us in there so she could hear it too. But he made sure it was understood. Hey, I'm only here for the Israelites. All right. And then she came up there, Lord, please help me, assist me, give me some help. Verse 26. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. He said, man, why am I going to give my nice new beef brisket that just came up off the grill, and who's gonna, hey, matter of fact, hey, let me ask this question. So everybody all in here, hey, all praise to the Most High. If you understand what I'm saying, I want you to put a 7 in the chat if you would do it. Matter of fact, let's just say, if you would make a beef brisket for 10 to 14 hours of cooking it, you smoking it, got it all nice and good, how many of y'all gonna take it off the grill and drop it in a dog bowl and have your dog eat it? Put a 1 in the chat if you give it to your dog. Put a 7 in the chat if you are like, I'm going to go ahead. I'm starting. Let me get my 7 up in here because I'm like making sure y'all know. No way in hell I am about to give my beef brisket I've been cooking for over 14 hours and give it to a dog. Like when I ain't slave over the stove for that. And I got it all moist and juicy, and I can't wait to sink my teeth into it. And then I'm going to turn around and here you go. Here, Fido, eat my beef brisket. Psh, man, you got your dang on mind. I wish I would. Not today, Satan.
We don't do that here.
So people got to get in their minds the truth. They got to understand it is foolish to even do that. If anybody wants to put a 1 on the chat, whoever puts a 1 on the chat, just know that I might get a mod to just throw you out here because
I should blow your ass off this porch, that stupid shit.
Nobody's doing that. Ain't nobody. So now we expect Jesus Christ, the Messiah, to he been preparing the world all this time for his great teachings, for his he been getting everybody set for his coming, for his instructions, his knowledge, his direction, because he's ready to come in here and take care of his Israelites, take care of his sons and daughters. And then he's gonna turn around and give his blessings, his miracles, his short time on the earth. He's gonna give his blessings and miracles to the other nations. Man, don't even make no sense. By the way, hey, I see you in the building. Rick Elway, grace and peace be with you. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Like, he's not doing that. That don't make sense. So he's like, nah, why would I give children's bread to dogs, children's food, something that's meant for them? Nah, I'm going to make sure I get it to my children, my Israelites. All right, let's read on. Verse 27. And she said, truth, Lord, yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from the master's table. She's like, hey, true, you know what, though? Here, I'll just take the little fatty pieces that come off the edge. You know what? When you chewing on it, and then like the brisket pieces come out your mouth, and then you got the little stringy parts that's there. She said, here, that's fine, but the dogs eat that. Can you give me some of that? Give me them scraps that come from her. This is what the other nations are asking for. You know what I'm saying? She's asking for just the crumbs, and that's what all the other nations gonna get. The kingdom of heaven, everybody getting crumbs. You know what I'm saying? You eat you a piece of cornbread and the crumbs that fall off the side of your mouth. That's what the other nations can get. This is how it is. This is how the Most High God of the Bible is. You either take him or leave him. Most people leave him. Most people despise the real God because they can't believe and can't stand the fact there's a God that says everybody else gets our seconds. Everybody else gets the scrap. I had an analogy, but I ain't gonna say it because it might hurt feelings. But anyways, everybody else gets that. They don't get the top. They don't get what's first. They get what comes after us. They get to experience our secondary. They get the secondary pieces of what we get. We get first. They get second. All right. They get the last pick in the draft. They get the undrafted free agents. We get the first players off the board. That's how that works. All right, let's get Matthew chapter 15, verse 28. Then Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. He's like, dang, you fine with that, man? Here, go ahead. Let me go ahead and throw you that blessing, I guess. Since you really believe in me that much, you really believe in the way of God, you know you are secondary to us, you are humbling yourself. Cool. Works for me. All right. Matthew chapter 15, verse 29. And Jesus departed unto thence and came nigh unto the Sea of Galilee, and went up into a mountain and sat down there. And great multitudes came unto him, having with them those that were lame, blind, dumb, maimed, and many others, and cast them down at Jesus' feet, and he healed them. So it said he went to a mountain, and then all of the people came up there, followed him up there, and brought him people that needed help. He says the blind, maimed, people couldn't see, couldn't talk. People had maybe had hurt limbs, missing limbs could have been, a whole lot of stuff. And they brought him down to the front. They believed in him that much. Verse 31. Verse 32. No, 31 I had it right. Insomuch that the multitude wondered when they saw the dumb to speak. Now it says they wondered, not they were like, I'm trying to think of this. I'm pondering on this. What does this mean? No, they wondered mean they were marveled. They marveled. They were amazed. When something's a wonder, it's amazing. It's great. It's extravagant. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's talking about. A wonder in that sense. So he says they wondered. They was amazed that he do that. Somebody that never talked their whole life opened their mouth and started speaking. You know what I'm saying? He says the people that were blind, they came to speak. He says the main people with their limbs weren't able to use the legs didn't work, but they was able to walk all of a sudden. He says, and they glorified the God of Israel. Then Jesus called his disciples unto him and said, I have compassion on the multitude. Hold on, let me stop right here real quick. I just want to make sure I say this again. It says they glorified the God of Israel. The God of Israel, meaning God, the supreme being on the planet, the sovereign ruler of the universe is our God. All praise to the Most High. I want to make sure y'all know that. I want to just stop it in. I'm going to continue on from there. Matthew chapter 15, verse 32. Then Jesus called his disciples unto him and said, I have compassion on the multitude, because they continue with me now 3 days and have nothing to eat. And I will not send them away fasting, lest they faint in the way. So he said, hey, they hungry. They not going to make it if I let them just walk out there. All right, verse 33. And his disciples say unto him, whence should we have so much bread in the wilderness as to fill so great a multitude? He said, ain't that much out here. What we going to do for him? And Jesus said unto him, how many loaves have ye? And they said, 7, and a few little fishes. And he commanded the multitude to go sit down on the ground. And he took the 7 loaves and the fishes, and gave thanks and brake them, and gave to the disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. And they did all eat and were filled, and they took up of the broken meat that was left 7 baskets full. And they that did eat were 4,000 men, besides women and children. And he sent away the multitude and took ship and came into the coast of Magdala. So we had 2 separate times where the Lord was like, here, let me take care of all these people. Y'all coming to hear the teachings. Y'all have faith in me enough to bring your disabled family members, handicapped people, and y'all brought them to me so they could be healed, so they could be fixed. You trusted in me that much. You know what? I'm gonna make sure I take care of you. I'm gonna take care of your you need help. You ask for spiritual help, and you actually, of course, had physical needs for your family, and you trusted in me that much. You had that much faith in me. I'm gonna make sure your physical needs are taken care of. I'm not gonna send you back hungry. You have faith in me. I'm gonna give you more faith in me to return back home with a full stomach, to make sure that you do make it back just fine. Hey, that's how the God of Israel is. All praises to the Father, the one who loves us, who looks out for us and tries to give us guidance, direction, and also he will never let his children that are hungry go without bread. He won't leave. He says the righteous won't be forsaken. If you're righteous, then he'll never let you go. He'll never leave you alone without any type of help or direction. So always keep that in mind. Pray y'all gain from understanding from the lesson. Pray you're edified. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes of Israel. Love y'all. Shalom.